so that's when the mentorship came in. That's around the time when you know,
No,
acquired.
this is years later, man. I had I had started writing books while I was in jail,
Okay,
actually.
yeah, all right. So yeah, so years. Okay, so so
Yeah.
let's start there
So
then. So
okay.
once you got, I'm sorry, I just want to I want to establish a timeline.
Yeah, I
That's
got
why.
you. Got you. All right,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first time I went to jail. So the first time I went to jail, right? I got beat up in jail. I got jumped in jail.
Mm,
They
mm,
put me in a box, right? So when you fighting and stuff like that, they throw you in a hole and stuff like that, right? So I had to go
mm,
to the hole. So I go there for 90 days, right? So I'm in the box, right? I never read a book before. I could read, but I thought books were like Harry Potter and stuff like that, right?
mm,
And
mm,
some guy came through with the car, with the books on it through Donald Goins book under my cell. So the book sat there for like 4 days, and I just let the shit sit there, man. And then I was just so bored because there's nothing to do. You're just in there 24
right,
hours.
right.
They say 23 hours in one, but what they do is this is what people don't know. People be like, oh, 23 in one. What they do is you're in it for 24 hours a day. That 1 hour when you can go outside, it's at 4 o'clock in the morning. So most
Oh.
people gonna be like, man, hell no, I ain't getting up to go outside. And New York is cold outside, so you really stay in the joint 24 hours a day. But they gotta act like they give you that 1 hour for the law.
Wow.
But who wants to go out at 4 in the morning? They're not saying,
Right, right.
12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you want to go out. It's 4 in the morning
Wow.
because the police don't want to be out there in the cold either. So if they know at 4 o'clock everybody's asleep, niggas ain't going outside, so they don't got to go outside. You feel what I'm saying? New York is the grease, the Rikers Island, the grease
Check
street
Rockets,
like
yes.
ever.
The worst.
So, so I finally read the book, and I'm like, yo, I didn't know this like a movie. Like, I didn't know they wrote books like containing to us. Like, guy was a pimp. His horse had to
Yes,
have his
yes.
money. I'm
Hmm.
like, this is right. So then that's when the hood book started popping off
Yes,
the
yes. Donald
Hustler's
Goines, like you said,
Wife, Terry
Walter
Woods, and
Mosley.
beating
Hmm.
on Campbells and all of that stuff.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I started reading all of these books and stuff like that while I was in jail, and I was enjoying it. It's like making the time go by. And then I was like, what, my life is pretty interesting. I think I could write about my stuff and stuff like that. So I wrote like 2 books while I was in there.
Wow.
Yeah, excuse me. And then when I got out, I
What
published.
two books? What books were they?
One was called I forgot the first one because I never did nothing with that one. But the other one I did something was called Married to the Streets because I was in my brain like Married to the Streets.
Right.
So I did Married to the Streets, and when I got out, I published it on my own, self-published stuff, and I was selling copies.
Pause. All
Yeah,
right. So, self-publishing, hard to do. So I want to check. I want. Oh, tongue tied. Oh no, how that happened? I was on a roll too. Okay, so so now I want you to give an audience,
Mhm.
so a little bullet points of how, and I'm someone else self-published as well, or someone I interviewed with, and I was like, I want to get your perspective on some cliff
Yeah.
notes on how how you went about the whole process, the
Mhm.
process of self-publishing. Can you just give a little bit of a
Yeah, of
bullet
course.
point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So when I got out, I had this book. I thought it was good. I let a bunch of people read it. They told me how good it was, and I sent it off to the publishing houses, and they sent me a letter back saying, "Thank you for your, submission, but unfortunately, we ain't
Yeah.
taking
Mhm.
time." So they turned me down. So I had no choice but to do them all. So what I did was I found a graphic designer who do book covers. I got to do a book cover and stuff like that. And from there, she said, "Hey, who's formatting your book?" And I was like, "I didn't know I need to get it formatted."
Right. You
She
didn't know anything about that.
so
Yeah.
she hooked me up with the formatter and stuff like that. The formatter lady was like, "What is it? Edited?" And she knew somebody because she formats, so she needs it to be a certain way. So they all was kind of like connected, and they kind of like worked with me like that. Like this one did the cover, this one did the format, this one did the editing and stuff.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it worked like that. And then I had to go about getting the books printed up. So at first, I had a company in America, and they was charging me, I think, like $6 per book to print it up. And I think like $8 per book. Sorry, and we would sell the books for like $12, so we would make like $4 and
To the
stuff like
profit. Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? So we started doing that. So when I went to jail the second time, right, I went on a run. While I was on a run, I was still writing books and selling books as well. You feel me? And then while I was on the run, I wrote Tears of Hustle, and I published.
Mm.
Yeah, so I did all the stuff while I was on the run.
Ah. Wow,
So
this
I
is
built
oh,
up.
this is I'm loving this. Thank you.
Mhm.
I have to tell you
So,
so far. I'm like, I'm
mhm,
really loving this.
mhm.
I'm really
So
enjoying this. Yeah,
so this was a hustler while I was
yeah.
on. I published while I was on the run. So while I couldn't get a regular job, I could still sell the books because back then it
And
wasn't
you were
Kindle.
doing well with the books. You was doing well with the sales
I
of the
was
book.
hell yeah, I was making so much money.
Really?
This
Where
is
would
when
you go? Like, where you go to sell them? Like, how did you go about that process?
I'm telling you
You
right
know,
now, right? So I first I got the books, right? I got the books and stuff like that. So then I got Tears for Hustler, right? I'm like, yo, this the one right here. I'm gonna go push this one right here, right? So I got the
why that one
books.
in particular?
Yeah, I just felt good about it. I felt like
Okay.
I was getting better as I was going along and stuff like that. And people who did read it was like, yo, this is really good and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I went to 125th Street and they had the Africans at the table with the books, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I went to every table, man. I gave everybody 5 books, man. I said you can keep it. They was like, man, we don't want to buy the book because they only wanted the ones that everybody was buying and stuff. So I said, hey, you can have the book, keep them, put them on the table. If they don't sell, don't worry about it. If they do sell, you have call me and I'll bring you more. That's it. So I went to every table, went to
Wow.
Queens, the Bronx book, man. They had everybody and stuff like that. So I did that. And I think the very next day, everybody called me like, "Yo, let me get 20, let me get 20, 20." But now when I bring 20, they gotta pay me for the 20. You know what I'm saying? So now it turned into the book was so popular that
Ah, that's amazing. But
yeah,
pause real quick right there,
yeah,
because I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to.
yeah. Now you got
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that a lot. I'm just letting you
you
know now,
fine.
Silk. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
doing that
you're
a
fine.
lot
Yes,
because
ma'am.
there's certain
You're fine.
gems I'm getting, and I want
Mhm.
to get more on it.
No,
So,
you're fine. Yes,
so
ma'am.
yeah, this is more for me than for them. I'm just letting you know.
No, you good. You good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, you good.
yeah. So when you saying about how you was giving books for the street
Yes,
people to
ma'am.
sell out in the street.
hmm hmm
How can you trust they was gonna give you money, Silk? How did you know to trust them?
So I'm gonna tell you now. So what I did was I
Yeah.
gave them 5 books for free. You don't gotta give me no money or
Okay.
nothing.
Oh,
If
okay.
these
Okay.
books sell fast, then you call me back. When you call me and I bring the next books, you got to pay me
Yeah,
up
you
front.
paid it. Oh,
Now
got
you
it.
pay
Got
me
it.
for the book because they didn't want to
Got
pay for
it.
it. But they was like, man, we only want the ones that sell. So once they sold, they was like, yo, let me get more. So now every week I was just doing pickups. I would go drop books off and pick up money. So every week it would be Monday. Every Monday I would come
Mm, mhm.
and I would come through with a whole trunk full of books and stuff like that. And I would drop this off to this person, get my money, go to the next spot, my money, drop books
Got
off.
it. Got it.
Boom. And then it started getting so big that people in Philly reached out to me like, "Yo, we want some books and stuff like that too."
Mm,
I said, "All right, boom. Now I gotta get on my business stuff. I gotta send an invoice and stuff like that." So now they pay the
yes.
invoice up front, right? They don't know
Yeah,
me
they
for
ain't
no.
free. No books ain't free no more.
Yeah, they don't know me for nowhere. They gave me the money up front. You feel what I'm saying? And I just had UPS come to the house because you could schedule UPS to come to the house.
Yes.
They
Yes.
come, shit up, and take the shit and ship to Philly and stuff like that. Then it went to Baltimore. Then it started going like that. But I was out and about doing stuff too. I was hitting up stores and say, "Hey, can I do a book signing? Hey, can I do a book signing and stuff like that?" And most people didn't know me at the time and stuff like that, so they said no. But a couple of people said yeah. And when I went to the book signings, man, it kind of really helped because back then women was reading the books, and
Yes.
when the women came, they said, "Oh, Silks is so fine, I'll buy anything he's selling."
Oh,
So, yeah, so it kind of
mhm.
like helped me out.
Eye candy helps. But I
So
wonder,
yeah,
yeah, I
Mhm.
wonder if my mom read some. You know what? My mom's such an avid reader. She might have read
Mhm.
some of your books too. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking, I have to ask her. I got to call her, ask her.
yeah. Now
You know, I'm
it was going
yeah,
crazy, and then I got
yeah. I
into the
wonder. She probably read
thirties.
some of your books
Yeah,
too, and she probably didn't even realize it. Yeah,
Mhm.
because
So
you kind
that
of remind me of Carl Weber. You know,
I
you
like
should be on his
however
level.
I like
You need to be up.
yeah
Right
yeah
here, right here, like
yeah.
right
Now,
here with Carl.
man, however wanted to get Tears of a Hustler, man. I told him I couldn't do it. You know what I'm
Oh, he
saying?
wanted it.
Yeah, it was already out. He wanted to put a new
You
cover on
wanted.
it because
Oh,
he had a whole bunch of chain of stores. He had a whole bunch of like urban bookstores. He had all
yeah.
the bookstores. So when my book started going into the stores, like who is this nigga in Shack? Because this shit is selling. Like let's try to jump on him, because he had all the bookstores. Like
Yeah.
he was big for a long time. You know what I'm saying? For a long time.
But I mean, have you collaborated with him at all? You thought about collaborating with him? Anything?
No, I haven't collaborated with him or anything like that. But you know,
That would be dope.
spoke and stuff like that. And I spoke to him on the phones, through email, and through his assistant. I think her name was like Natalie Weber or
Mhm.
something like that. So never nothing like that, man. But he been he been big time since back in the day.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
he been on point since back in the day. Shout out to Carl Weber.
yeah. Shout out to Carl Weber. So pause right there. So now, so
Mhm.
now, who is and when it comes to your being an author, who are some of your other inspirations? I know you brought us some,
No
we brought up some past authors, like
no problem.
we talked about Donald Grimes, Bmore
Yeah,
Campbell, Carl Weber. Who are some
yeah.
other people that inspired you?
Man, listen, man. Quan is definitely a big inspiration, man. He's the one I read one of his books, and that's the one that made me like, dang, I want to
Oh,
write.
that was the one. That was the one right there.
Quan.
What was it about that book in particular? About what was
I
that
don't
about?
know, man. It was called Street Dreams, man. I don't really remember too much
Hmm.
about it. I know the guy name was Rio, and he it was like a love it was like a love story, like a love story, man. And it was like gangster, but you like, dang, I hope they work out. It was like some stuff like
Yes,
where it
yes.
messed with the emotions, like even the tough guys, like, dang, yo, like he ain't have to do it like that. Like they still riding with him, he in jail, she's still coming to the death. It's like stories like that, and it was like just amazing, man. And then I read Al Sadiq Banks books as well, Block Party and stuff like that. It's really good books. And I read like Ashley and Jaquavis. I was a big fan of Ashley and Jaquavis. Jaquavis is my man too. Shout out to Jaquavis and stuff. They have some good books and stuff like that. Man, all three of them.
Oh, nice, nice. All
Mhm.
right. So I mean, this Tears of Hustler, this is like catapulting you.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of fun. So
Yeah,
that's part two.
yeah.
But I did six parts to it, so that's how good it was. And
Oh, it's 6 parts.
it's 6 parts to Taste of Hustle. Yeah. So
Oh,
it's crazy, man. So everybody loved it, and I saw like so many copies of this book, man. I saw like over 1 million copies of this book. You know what I'm
so
saying?
yeah. So that's where you
So
start now. Now you starting to
yeah,
feel more like a man again. Now your manhood is starting to elevate
yeah, I'm
now.
good. Yeah, now I'm straight. So
Yeah, yeah.
when I get locked up while all this is going on, then I get caught because now I'm buying
Right.
cars and I'm just out here acting a fool. Not acting a fool, but I'm out
Yeah,
driving.
because you're making a name for yourself. You it's going
Correct.
around.
Move
Mhm,
around, yeah, move around
mhm.
and stuff like that. So I get jammed up, get pulled over. They check my, the ID had a fake
Yeah, there's
ID.
already a warrant. Hmm.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep. So hold on, boom, I go to jail. I do another 2 years. This is when I get the 2 years and a three parole. But now it don't matter because I know when I get out, I'm good now. Because now while I'm in jail, right, I was still writing books.
Right, you still right. You still establishing yourself.
And
Yeah.
sending them to my girl. Then my partner is getting the cover and publishing. They sending me the covers, through the mail. Like, I don't like this one. They send me 3 at a time. Just cover stuff.
Wow.
I want this cover right here. And then the book comes out while I'm in jail. So now while I'm in
Wow.
jail, when I get to the jail, right? Every jail I've been to, everybody got the books in
They
the jail.
know they got the book, so they
And,
yeah.
then
Wow.
they find out that it's me. They going crazy. Oh, that nigga's so good. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, what's poppin'? What's going on and stuff like that. And then they like, I got a book and da. They say this all like that. And they moved me to another jail, another jail, another jail. Every jail I went to, they have books in every.
They knew you. Yeah, they knew you.
And they just didn't know it was me till I came in. They're like, yo, this the nigga. That's a nigga. Look at this nigga picture on the back of the book. And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh,
You
that's
know?
him. Oh,
Like this
that is
nigga look familiar. Like,
wow. This is crazy. Wow, this is
they
crazy.
just telling me about the book from the front to the back. This one I knew. I was like, nah, this is good.
How did that
So
make you feel? I mean, that how did it make you feel?
I felt kind of like a failure because like you doing all this big stuff and you in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel too good and stuff like that. But me, man, I always take the good. I find it good in any situation, even in jail, even whatever it is. So what I
Yes,
do, I make
yes,
my body, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna come out with the 6 pack. I'm gonna come out shining with the glow and stuff like that. Like
yes.
I get right. So when I get out, I'm back like I never.
Brand new. You
You
brand
feel me?
new.
Like so.
Yeah.
Wrote books in jail, got them printed up. They came out of jail. They making money. The new books, everybody wanting them. Shit, while I'm in jail. So when I get out, I don't get out like flat broke and stuff like that. I got my business already. I got money coming in, so everything is cool.
Wow, that
So
is
now it's easy.
amazing.
Now it's easy to stay on the straight and narrow now because
Right. It's
before I
much
even
right because you have
well
that
before yeah, but
you have
before
that
I went
foundation.
in,
Yeah.
yeah,
You got
yeah,
your
I
foundation.
was already straight and narrow
Yeah.
before I even went back in. So
Yes. So now
I
you're
got
bigger now. Yeah. So
yeah, I
coming
got
up
rid of
from there.
all of
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
drug stuff and stuff like that. What I did was I just used what I learned in the streets and the drugs into the business because it's the same business. It's just
Right.
different product.
Right.
It's just books.
Absolutely. You
The
hustling books. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's just the
Yeah.
same thing. The same model. Re-up, supply, demand, this, the third,
Yes. Yes.
marketing.
Mhm.
So same
All of
sort
that.
of stuff.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing. And I was telling when I was interviewing Nelson J. Davis, I was telling
that's my
about
guy.
that.
That's my guy, Nelson.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, shout out
I
to
like
Nelson J.
Nelson.
Davis.
He's in a couple of
Yeah.
my movies. Man. I like Nelson.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I know.
Nelson.
Yeah. So I was telling him about because he was telling me his story about as a child, like even as a kid, like in junior high, he decided to get a t-shirt business going on, and
Yeah.
and he was so innovative. And I was telling him that was the start of him branding and marketing. Some people don't understand that, they don't really realize that you doing your own branding and marketing.
Right.
And it started, and with him, it started earlier than that because he was telling about a story about his dad. His dad went fishing, and he said that he wanted a soda, and his father was like, "You got soda money?" You know how
Yeah.
parents, And he said, "Okay." He said, "Okay, you want soda money?" So he was hustling bait, fish bait, to the people. He was selling fish bait that was free.
You get
But
it
the
so
kid, but I guess him being such a cute little kid, God bless
yeah.
his heart,
Fact, fact,
they would buy bait from him, and he
fact.
got the soda money.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing strategy. I mean,
Big marketing.
how genius is that?
Super genius, man. Nelson's a very smart guy, man. Shout out to my
Yes,
boy.
he is.
If you ever get a chance to sit down with him and stuff, he's a very intelligent brother.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, check him out. Check it out. I just sat down with him. I just sat down with him this past Wednesday. Wednesday. No, hold on.
Okay,
It
now
was
I'm gonna check it out. So you good? You ain't got
yeah,
time.
yeah. Check him. Yeah, check him out. Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So so when you mentioned that took me there
Yes,
because
yes,
you
yes.
talk about the marketing and you did all this on your own. But I also want to go back real quick because I want to ask you, how did you maintain your level of trust for certain people? Because when you're out there, your
Yeah.
trust is not always in alignment with
Yeah.
certain people. So how did you know who to trust?
Well, it's kind of easy because when I was selling the drugs, man, I had picked up this wonderful skill, and the skill was when I sit in front of somebody, I could tell in 15 seconds if they full of shit, they trying to rob me,
Mm,
they a gold digger, they a this, they
mm-hmm.
they got bad energy. It's just something. So when I sit in front of anybody, I still use the skills. I'd be like I can see. I just listen to you talk for 2 seconds, and I'd be like,
Yes,
yeah, lying, yo.
that's where that discernment comes in. At okay.
You know what I'm saying? Lying, man. So, I'm good at judging of character and stuff like that. And also,
Good.
I make sure that I pick people who will do anything for me.
Because that's very important. Because you
need,
away.
yeah, I need
Yeah,
you to
when
get
you
your
away.
ass.
Yeah.
I need you to do anything like for me, because I know what I'm gonna do for you. If I'm gonna F with you the long way. So,
Right.
I'll do anything for people who are in the corner and stuff like that. But I need to make sure you're gonna do it for me first before I jump out the window and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So even if you
Absolutely.
don't have much, and you give me that not
You gotta
much.
earn that. Yes.
Even if you offer, I ain't gonna take it anyway. But it's like, yo, you can just tell certain people they're givers and some people are takers. And I have nothing but givers around me and stuff like that because
Good.
I'm a giver and we just give to each other. No one's taking and stuff like that, So
That's okay. And
uh,
that's good. So I'm glad to know that because when you're
yeah,
away and you
yeah.
have, all that going on and you have to make sure like, okay, who's monitoring my money? Who's got this going
Well,
on?
it's not
Yeah.
that too. It's like this, man. If you get around me, somebody got to vouch for you. You know what I'm saying? And whoever vouches for you, if something happens, both of y'all got to go. So whoever vouches for you, you better know they going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people are very selective when they vouch for people. So when they say I vouch for them, I'm like, all right, they must be solid because you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Feel me?
Yes.
So
Yes. So once you got the book thing going on,
yeah.
you're marketing it like that's like
Mm-hmm.
just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's hot, hot and it's on and popping there from there. And so is that where the mentorship came in at when it comes to the real estate and the
No,
investment?
that was later on too, man. I was doing movies and stuff like that
Oh,
as well.
you're doing movies already.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Oh,
so.
okay.
So when I was in jail, I read a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was telling about buying assets and stuff like that. So
Okay.
when I did get out of jail, like I told you, I had some money, the books were selling stuff like that. So I
Right.
went property, investment property,
Okay.
because your money is like workers, man. The more money you have working for you, the more money they're gonna bring back to you, man. So
Absolutely.
and put it in something that's gonna bring in some more money. So the goal is to invest in assets that's going to bring you money and let that money get another one and another one so the income every month piles up. So now once your income comes in without you not having to work, and you could leave your day job if you have that, or let's just say your bills. Let's say your bills are $5,000. Once you make $5,000 from not having to work, just from assets, your properties, your this, your that. Once you make that money, right, you are now financially free. So now you could stop working if you want.
Yes.
Live that same
Yes.
lifestyle and stuff like that. So once I learned that, I just started like stacking the assets and investing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then once I was doing that, that's when I met the mentor, and he told me that I was doing
Oh, okay.
it the wrong way, like the long way.
Got
Like,
it. Got
easier
it.
way to do this. You doing it. It's gonna take you 50 years to get to the top.
Mm,
That way,
okay.
this how rich niggas do it. And
Yeah.
drop.
So can you tell me without I'm sorry, I mean to
No, you
cut you
good.
off.
Mhm,
Yes, I wanted to know without sharing your personal portfolio, I just
mhm,
wanted, from what you've learned from your mentor,
mhm.
can you give us, the audience an idea of what to, because we don't know what to invest in. We don't know where to start
Yeah,
with,
man.
or how to
Just
go about doing it. So
tell you
can you
right now.
give us
Yeah,
an
of course, I would love to, man. So the first thing is real estate, right? First thing is
Mhm.
real estate. You gotta get you some real estate and stuff like that, right? How you do that? How you do that, Silk? It's easy to do that. It's easy for you to say that. No, it's not. All you gotta do is get your credit together. That's all you have to do, right? Get your credit together. You can go get you a house, right? A first time home buyer, right? You could get something called a FHA loan, which a first time housing
Mm,
loan people for
mm,
the first house,
mhm.
right? Meaning you only have to pay 3.5%, right?
Okay.
If you get a house for 100,000, you only have to pay $3,500. That's what that means. You get a house for 200,000, you got to pay 7,000. 300,000, you know what I'm saying? Then you pay motherfucking 10,500. 3.5, whatever it is, the amount is 3.5. So go for $100,000 house, pay your $3,500 and shit like that, right? You get
Mhm.
the house, the mortgage might be, motherfucking $800. You feel what I'm saying? You charge the niggas $1,400. You're getting your $600 every month and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? But the trick is that let's say the house is $100,000. You tell them, yo, I got 80 right now, right? Mind you, got the
Mm,
loan for 100, but if you get
right, right.
50, they only pay 80 for the loan. So now you walk in with 20,000 equity already. You feel me?
Mm,
So you walk in and you can come and take that 20 out. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with this
yes.
different like strategies that you could use and stuff like that. And every time that tenant pays the rent, is paying more of your mortgage now, which
More
means you
treasure, right. It offsets. Yeah.
stuff like that. Also, they have on E-Trade, that's the stock market stuff. You can you don't got to even do stocks. They have bonds and all this other stuff that's low risk. You feel what I'm saying? So you put your money in the stuff, right? You might not make a lot of money unless you put a whole bunch of money in it, but you just keep on compounding it up because if it's low risk, they're gonna give you a little reward. High risk, you get high reward, but it's dangerous. You could really lose your money.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
that. So you want to do the low risk, but the low risk pay low. But as long as you keep adding to it, right, you're gonna make some money off of the stuff. And when you put this money in these places, the money's gone. You don't look at it, oh, I'm F that's emergency. I did it. Once you put that money in, you gotta let it
Right.
sit
It
there. Make
sits.
that let
It
stuff
sits.
sit there. It's
Mhm.
gonna take you about 3 years and stuff like that to do your stuff. The reason black people don't ever do nothing because they only know how to hustle. They want everything fast, like drug money. They want to scam.
Yeah.
They want it fast.
Yeah.
Take 3 years. They're like 3 years. Now, mind you, in that 3 years, they done got three
It
income
goes
tax checks.
by.
They
Yeah.
done got three income tax check that they done blew. You know what I'm saying? They done did all this, messed up all this stuff.
Mhm. Yes.
All that could have been
True.
compounding up and stuff like
True.
that. You know what I'm saying? So you could do that. You could do vending machines. Vending machines cost $2,000.
Wow. Yeah. So that does
ATM,
okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
ATM machines cost
Yes.
$2,000.
My mom and I thought about doing that.
So,
Yeah.
so all you do is you get the joint right first. First is what you do. You scope out a place that don't have it, right? Let's
Yeah.
say
I
the
need a location.
let's say
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, my son goes to the play for the basketball, stuff like that. All they got in there's a water fountain. All right, nah, we're gonna change that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the vending machine, you feel what I'm saying? $2,000 and stuff like that. Or the bigger one might be 5,000 for the sodas
Mm,
and shit like that, right?
right. Right.
So you get that joint, you put it in there, you tell the owner of the joint, yo, listen, man, I'm gonna give you 30%, man. I'm gonna give you 30
Mm.
month, whatever makes, I'm gonna give you 30%. It's free money to them because they already own the place.
Right.
You
They
know,
don't. Right. Right. You
they
know.
don't want
Right.
to work. They just getting some of your money now. You know what I'm saying? So you do that, but it's a work though. People don't want to do no work. They want it to be just so easy. Like you just plug it in the wall and it works. Now you got to go. Somebody might be like, nah, I'm not interested. There might be a Chinese guy like, no, 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 I don't want that there. I bet you got to go to the next spot now. But as long as you do it, you're going to be fine and stuff like that. You get an ATM machine, same thing. Every time they take money out, they got to pay that $3 and stuff like that. That's your,
Yes.
you feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
the end of the month and stuff like that, you just say whatever it is I make, I do this. I break bread with you, this with the owner and stuff like that, just to set my machine here. And then that's like pretty much it and stuff like that. And also again credit, because when you do have good credit, get your LLC and get your EIN number and those things, because you can go to any bank and say, hey, I need money for my business, and
Right.
they're going to check your credit. You feel what I'm saying? And if you first, you're gonna try to get in your business name, right? So your business is new, so they're not gonna give you any money because your business doesn't have any credit.
It's
So what
risky. Mhm.
they do is they pull from your personal credit. So as long as your personal credit is good, they're gonna give your business anything you want. So this is what I didn't know when he told me, just go to the bank and tell them this, tell them that, and they gave me the money. I went in there and they just gave me the fucking money. So you tell them, hey, I want this, that, and the third, my business name. They're gonna run your stuff. Your business ain't got no credit. They're gonna run your personal credit. So long as your personal credit is good, over 700, they'll give you anything for the business and stuff like that. Now,
Right. Right.
this is where the stuff get deep at, because on the business thing, it doesn't count on your personal credit. So you could run a crazy bag, a crazy tab on your business, and it doesn't even affect your, personal.
Personal. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you could go to the bank and get all of this money on this LLC, right? Then you could go get another LLC and do it again with the same bank, because all they're gonna do is run your credit. So you got to keep your personal credit good. And that's
Right.
how you doing stuff, man. So you gave me the game and stuff like that. It's a little bit deeper than that, but I'll take a long to explain everything.
No, yeah, but no, that's good. That's good right there. I mean,
Yeah,
because you gave us like a mini master class right there. So that's
it's definitely a mini
that's
man, but listen to me.
yeah,
I've been
you
in
gave
jail
us
2
more
times.
than enough. Yeah, trust and
Yeah,
believe. You gave us
listen,
more than enough.
listen, I'm from the projects. I done been
Mhm.
in jail 2 times, 4 years out of my whole life. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Amen. Amen, Silk. So no excuses. That's what he's saying to y'all, everybody. He's saying no excuses, you guys. Yeah. But I'll go back to the real estate. And the one thing about real estate is that maybe I might want to do like investment real estate. We're not going to worry about being nobody's landlord, because to me, that's just a headache to have to deal with people having to monitor their rent payments and all that. You know how that is, you
Property.
know, or them destroying property and doing damage and just all that stuff.
Well,
So I don't
here's
like to interact with people that much. That's my thing. I don't really have as much interpersonal skills as you do.
yeah, well, they got listen. You got
Yeah,
to have it if you're gonna get some money. First of all, you can put
yeah,
everything in your lease and stuff like that. That's what the deposit is for.
yeah. Security.
The security deposit is for. They tear
Mhm,
something up, you make a high security deposit. You got a nice house, the higher the security deposit. You know what I'm saying? You
mhm.
you could do it like that. So if they do break anything, they ain't getting no bread back. If you want your bread back, you better take care of the place and stuff like that. And you have your this is a little trick. You have your contractor guy, your maintenance guy. He goes every month just to change the filters and the air units like that. You just open the filter, take it out, and replace it every month, right? So every month he gets to lay eyes on the property and say,
Yes.
you need to get
Going
on
on. Yes, yes.
it. So
Insider. Mhm.
yeah, so it's ways around it, so you don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to deal with them breaking my house up. It's like ways around and stuff like that, because nobody's dealing with that and nobody's like doing that like that. First of all, those are like um those are like crazy horror stories like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
nowadays it's too
People are
much
crazy,
stuff.
so you know that.
Yeah, but you can't be too crazy no more like that, because
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
tell you lose all your money and you're
yeah.
not gonna be able to get a crib nowhere else like that. Because once they do that and you got their information, they gotta do a background check on stuff. You got information, you could put like, yo, these niggas is bad. Like, don't fuck with these niggas no more. They won't be able. It'll be hard for them to get another,
True.
you know, place and stuff like that because of what happened and stuff like that. But it's not as bad as people, saying make it seem and stuff. But I think people who not in it, they have those stories like that. But the people in it, everybody's getting
Yeah.
something. Everybody
Really?
getting.
Because I hear, because I,
Mhm,
just, knowing like a lot of people who deal with like people,
mhm.
like I said before, behind any rent or just have
Yeah, of
different issues
course.
with their tenants.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to evict them too. So yeah, you have to go back and forth to court and you got the marshals to deal with, so I just think about those things.
It's a little 6 month period, ain't not too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Little
All
little 6 month process, and maybe about it. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Okay. But did you have those? I mean, so what is like, without giving away any names, of
Mhm.
course,
No,
but
of course.
what's some of the horror stories as a landlord?
I haven't had any yet. I haven't
You
had
haven't had
any.
any?
No, man.
Oh, well, good. Oh,
So what
that's
I do
wonderful.
is this is what I do, man. When I do pick a tenant, I make sure that it's a husband and wife. right? Not boyfriend and girlfriend. You have to be married because they are partners. You know what I'm saying? One income goes down, the other one got the other income. And I need two incomes in the house so that way I know that the rent will be paid and stuff like that. Also, I need
There's
somebody.
some unmarried couples with two incomes. So
Say that one time.
there's some unmarried couples with two incomes.
Nah, so married couples usually stay together. The unmarried usually they can break up, get out my house and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that can happen with married couples too, but okay.
No, I'm just saying it's just like a safer bet on paper.
Okay,
And
all
if you
right.
got to choose between a married couple and a boyfriend and girlfriend couple and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's more stability. Okay, I understand. It's
Correct,
more stability. They got
correct,
more to lose because when you I got what you say because
correct,
marriage has a contract too, so it,
correct.
it takes a lot. I
So
got you.
just
Got
little
it.
stuff you could do, like just
Yeah,
little
yeah.
and stuff like that, just to protect yourself and to assure that you always get your paper and stuff like that. Because
Hmm.
niggas don't got time to be getting put out on the street and they married and my husband let me get kicked out and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, who wants that?
yeah,
Yeah.
and when you do your background check stuff, you see where they work at, you see what type of jobs they have and stuff like that before you even let them in the place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you meet the people. You could tell. Like I told you, you just get them that
Yes.
scan.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That they cool and stuff like that. And I asked them like, yo, what's your plans and stuff? It's like, yo, I just plan on being here for a year, man, because I'm gonna move on after this. I bet that's cool. You know what I'm saying? They in and out. So it's like, I bet they ain't here to break nothing up. They just a transitioning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You ask all these questions. I'm gonna be here for this and the third. I had too much stuff for an apartment, so I need a home now and stuff like that. And do you have a storage unit? Like I need to know you bring all this junk and stuff. Then it's like, nah, I'll let you know. I'm not doing that. So you just know what you don't want. And you just
Right. Yeah. Your research. Yeah. Got it.
correct.
All right.
It's very simple. Yeah.
What we got so far from Silk White's masterclass is that the best way to invest is real estate, real estate, E-Trade, and that was like the main ones you mentioned, the real estate and the
Right. Vending
E-Trade.
machines
So
and things
that's
like that. Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah. That's just the beginner's level and stuff like that.
So now that we got that out the way, you got your investment, you established yourself as an author,
Mhm.
you were able to, turn your life around after the jail and after you realized that
Yeah.
you wanted to go another path. So you went, your journey is going well now. You got um the book selling, you have the mentorship, you have the investments, you're building your portfolio, your
Mhm.
marketing, you still continue to brand. So what happens next?
Everything, man, it just gets bigger and better. Pause. And what happens is when you're doing these things, you start meeting other people who are in the same thing, and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing it bigger than you. And this is when you say, this started. They give you all the game because you in the game. They don't mind telling you stuff when they see you in the game already. And so the people who I'm thinking about getting started. They're not gonna sit there for an hour and 2 hours and break it down to you. But you're
Right,
already in this
right.
shit. You got this many properties, you got that many properties. Word, oh snap! I bet I can show you how to do this. You need to get the trust fund now. You need to do this and that. And I'm like, okay, this is different type of money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about what you want to do, man. I'm trying to be the best at everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stop. And I want to
Absolutely.
learn. I want to learn everything too. Like I want to talk to the people who have way, way more than me, and I want to learn. How did they do this and how did they do that? And this is what I'm doing. Am I on the right track? Is or is it something I should be doing differently? To
Of
reach my
course, because
goals faster.
yeah, it's constantly as
That's
a
what I'm saying.
constant learning process.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. But I appreciate, because I'm learning so much today. So I
Yeah,
appreciate that so much,
yeah,
that you took the time to kind of break all those
yeah.
elements
Yes,
down.
man.
Yeah.